Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kamani Howington, and my culture presentation will be on Egypt. I want to apologize in advance if I mispronounce any of these words or if I skip over them. That's due to me not being able to pronounce it, but they're right on the screen so you can read it. Here we go. First, we'll go into the introduction, then we'll be going into location, the culture, the history, the flag, languages, religions, clothing, celebrations and holidays, foods, political overview, music, sports, artifacts and heritage, then the conclusion and references. Where is Egypt? Region and coordinates: Northeast Africa extends through the Nile Valley Delta into the Sinai Peninsula, land bridge to Asia. Borders. Borders are Libya, west, Sudan, south, Israel and Gaza, northeast. Coastlines on the Mediterranean Sea, north, and Red Sea, east. Other notable geography: the Suez Canal, Mediterranean to Red Sea, is critical for international shipping and trade. It generates significant revenue. The Nile runs south to north. Fertile Valley and the Delta sustains most population for agriculture, transportation, and energy generation. Regions and geographic areas: the Nile Valley, the Delta, Western Desert, Sahara, Eastern Desert, Arabian Desert, the Sinai Peninsula, mostly mountains in the south. Biodiversity: coral reef, marine life in the Red Sea, wetlands and bird migration in the Nile Delta. Population distribution: approximately 95% of the population lives within miles of either the Nile or Delta. Culture at a glance. Identity: the Egyptian identity encompasses the Pharaohic, I think that's how you pronounce it, Arabic, Islamic, and modern cosmopolitan developments as part of a national feeling. Family and community, social and decision making patterns are impacted by extended families, elder respect, and everyday notions of hospitality. Language and media: Egyptians use Arabic dialect on an everyday level, exporting their dialect through Egypt's film, television, and music across the Arab world. Religions and rhythm: faith establishes what is important and when the secular and religious holidays. Daily rhythms created through prayers times and calendar celebrations. Urban versus rural. Cairo and Alexandria are modernized, cosmopolitan, bustling, while towns along the Nile Valley are more traditional and closely knit. Food and social life: family meals and street food options like koshari and full bring people together for meals and informal conversations over tea. History: the pharaoh, bro. Oh my god, bro. Let me just walk in. Egypt. From the initial unification of Upper and Lower Egypt to the reigns of the Old, Middle, and New Kingdoms, Egyptians constructed pyramids, temples, and centralized kingship across the Nile. Late period of foreign domination. Nubian, Assyrian, and Persian invasions followed by short periods of Renaissance. Maintain artistic and religious development. Contemporary Egypt: Muhammad Ali's changes to Egyptian culture were compounded by the Suez Canal. I'm sorry. Subsequent British occupation, the Republic of 1952 and current state development and the mega infrastructure initiatives. Flags of Egypt. Here are the colors of the flags. Red. The red horizontal rectangle at the top represents sacrifice, struggle, resistance, and blood. White. The white horizontal rectangle represents breaking away from oppression in a clean manner and hopes for a peaceful future. Black. The black horizontal rectangle on the bottom represents the end of oppression and occupation, showing that the dark period is over. The Eagle of Saladin. The gold eagle is called the Eagle of Saladin, which it has connections to Salah ad-Din, the 12th century Muslim who united Egypt and fought against the Crusaders. The shield and banner. The eagle holds a scroll with the name of the country and has a shield on its chest representing strength, unity, and authority. The adopted form. Variations of this red, white, and black pattern have flown since the revolution of 1952 ended the monarchy and established the current republic. Languages. Modern Standard Arabic is the written language of schools, news, and writing. Egyptian Arabic is the language of spoken daily life. The pronounced, yeah, next one. Regional variation. Different cities have different accents and vocabulary. Upper Egypt, the Delta, Alexandria, and Sydney towns in the canal cities. Media exposure. Egyptian films and music have made Masri a widely understood dialect across Arab world. Heritage and foreign language use. Coptic is still spoken primarily as a church language. English and some French is common in the business, tourist, and university areas. Religious configurations. Egypt's Sunni Muslims majority, a long-time Coptic Christianity minority engaged under a system where a state-generated religious education impacts public education and beliefs. Delta indicates that those educated through state Islamic programs are generally more sympathetic to the Islamist movement, demonstrating how institutions impact perspectives. Policy connections. As religious education is state related, the religion policy connection influences how religion manifests in public life. Traditional clothing. Most urban Egyptians utilize modern, modest-oriented streetwear, jeans, shirt, tennis shoes, etc. for daily use, and patterns emerge based on climate and occasions. Many cultural items are still worn. Many men wear the galabeya, while women wear the dresses, abayas. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. With optional headscarves based on family cultures or occasions. Cotton and linen are typical for the hot weather, and festive dress employs embroidery, metallic threading, and jewelry, while regional origins play a part in color and construction. Nubians use a lot of colors with geometric embroidery, for example, while exists in the Sinai and the desert of Egypt. Uniforms are typical in workplaces and schools, while scarves are common in desert areas to protect against the sun and shifting sands. More recently, designers recontextualize heritage in contemporary styles, which evidence the integration of living tradition. Celebrations and holidays. Ramadan, a month of fasting, lanterns, charity, sun up to sundown, absentation spanning to 3 days of family feasts, Eid al-Adha, a more national holiday in honor of Abraham's intent to sacrifice his son for God with morning prayers and animal slaughter to give the family, the poor, and the 3 days of extended visits. National holidays, the Revolution, July 23rd, the Sinai Liberation, April 25th, and other state-sponsored holidays include flags, concerts, and televised commentaries. Foods. Staple foods. Daily meals consist primarily of baladi bread, rice, lentils, fava beans, with salads such as tomato, cucumber. Street foods for breakfast. Full metamines, stewed fava beans, Egyptian falafel, provide a classic and filling breakfast sold by street carts and hole-in-wall shops. National dishes. Kashari consists of layers of rice, pasta, lentils, chickpeas, and crispy onions combined with spicy tomato sauce. Molokhia consists of thin stew made from jute leaves, enjoyed with rice or bread. Other dishes in Upper Egypt include pigeon stews, and religion utilized dates and desert herb sweets. Sweets like basbousa, konafa, and omali are generally bought at neighborhood pastries along with special sweets. Beverages. Tea is drunk at nearly every meal. A strong cup of Arabic coffee symbolizes visit with friends and family. Fresh juices. This are usually made to cool people off from the heat. Political overview. A presidential republic with a constitution, a parliament, and judiciary. Economic growth, infrastructures, and regional stability. The state is a major actor in development and social services. Foreign policy is an equilibrium between Africa, the Arab world, and the Mediterranean. The military and state-owned companies are important in strategic sectors and major infrastructures development. Recent reforms on exchange rate subsides investment climate in line with IMF-supported programs. Music. Modern Arabic music was defined by legendary voices such as Kulthum and Abdel Halim Hafez. Styles vary between classical use, the tarab, the shabi, pop, and even hip hop blends. Music plays a role in weddings, at festivals, and infuses daily life. Sports. Egypt is a world leader in squash with several world champions, international victories in handball and weightlifting as well. Tournaments bring fans together across regions and ages. Artifacts and heritage. Preservation efforts are underway against the effects of time, nature, and urban expansion. Heritage tourism helps maintain economies and cultural awareness for all involved. Digital recording and community outreach are more common to protect and provide access to such sites. Women and youth. Demographics, the young population, 28% Egyptians are not in education, employment, or training. Youth share of employment, 15 to 24-year-olds represent approximately 16% of total unemployment. Young women work status, 88.5% of women aged 15 to 29 not in labor force unemployed. Education gap, 25 to 29 age cohort, 21% illiteracy rate for females and 12% rate for males. Barriers, women are constrained from school to work through cultural expectations, economic situations, family responsibilities, and systemic and educational factors. Conclusion: a combination of ancient past and modern existence characterize Egyptian identity. A geography based on the Nile shaped society, economy, and cultural development, ancient traditions, and modern endeavors, and pushes Egypt to evolve as a nation. Here are my resources, and that concludes my presentation.